This is the draw, but feels like a loss to Chelsea. It feels like a loss. It feels like a loss. Press conference reaction from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm going to break it down.
Hi, Ollie. What's your thoughts on that game? It was a bit frustrating not to have won in the end.
Well, I think that obviously there's two good teams out there.
Two good teams. There was no good teams out there.
Quality keepers as well. Their keeper made two fantastic
Quality keepers. There was no good save that was made in that game. All the saves were savable, more than savable.
He pulled off some fantastic saves. So
this guy
an even game.
Always coming with excuses for not doing well. The keeper had a fantastic game.
Well, I felt if there was going to be a winner, it should have been us for them chances. Could have been us.
Could have been, but was not, because we're not good enough with Dan James, Mata, McTominay.
Ollie, what did you make of Cavani when he came on? He just didn't seem to get into the rhythm of the game very quickly.
Cavani should not be playing.
He's been out for a little while.
He shouldn't be playing. Like Greenwood. Hold on. Greenwood should have came on before Cavani. Cavani should have been given the 10 minutes that Greenwood was given. But see, Ollie, he's got his favourites. He's made his mind up regardless of the reality. Regardless of the reality, he's already made his mind up. Regardless of the reality. He already knows what he's going to do. He doesn't care about any alterations of what's happening. This is how he's going to do it, and that's it. Stubborn.
Almost goal there. He shows his presence in the box. It was I think it was Thiago Silva had a nice block from him. I think it was Mason or whatever it was, across. But he's going to give us a lot. He's come in.
Poor signing for me. Poor signing. Will do nothing for us. He only scored 4 goals for PSG, and we've given him 200 bags a week after no one else wants to sign him. Poor. See what he has to say.
No more questions.
Hi there. Was this a game where you wanted control in the field and that's why you went with Scott and Fred?
He doesn't try to control midfield. He either plays defensive or attacking. He doesn't know about controlling midfield.
Scott and Fred has done really well this week. Giving us
so give them a rest.
The games. They are a great combination together, and we've felt, of course, after PSG this week that we needed to have the energy in there with them. And
do you hear what he just said? He said we felt after PSG we needed energy. That's what he said. And then he goes and plays Scott and Fred McTominay, who've played against Newcastle and PSG, and he expects them to provide us with energy when they've already played 2 games consecutively. This is the logic of this man. This is why I don't respect him. But people don't know why, because they don't listen to what he actually says. Because if you do, you'd realise that he's stupid.
Last time after PSG, we struggled big time. We lost to Arsenal. We went 12 games. Probably didn't deserve to win any of the games, and we struggled. So today we got a point on the board against a good team, and probably once the team that had the biggest chances, they should have, could have won it. If
he's trying to refer to the PSG game when we knocked them out in the last 16, and saying that look how many games we lost after winning against PSG, and now we've withdrawn. He's trying to hold on to progress. Like, this is why I don't respect him. This is why up and down performances is going to be continuously happening if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the manager. This is what's going to happen.
If there was a winner.
Hello.
Hi, Ollie.
Yeah.
Hi, Paul Pogba had a nice impact when he came on, getting on the ball and making things happen, and Bruno's obviously very important to you. How difficult is it sort of fitting him, Bruno and Donny van de Beek?
He doesn't. He just avoids to it. That's his answer. He avoids trying to fit them in.
When you've got few players, it's a nice challenge and a decision to make when you've got good players on the bench.
can't stand
that
his
can
face.
Come on and impact the game. I think
I actually can't
all
stand
3 games
his
this week
face.
he's really come on and made a very positive impact. Of course, he's been out for a while with the coronavirus this summer, so he's getting better.
He's been out for a while with coronavirus. Look, people think Pogba's not fit. People think Pogba is not being played in the system that he's utilised. Like, he's not. He's just not playing in the system that utilises him. And Oli doesn't know how to utilise Van der Beek, Pogba and Bruno in a team because he hasn't got the mental attributes to do that. He just doesn't. He doesn't see a diamond. He can't see a diamond. Like, I think he went to a diamond against PSG. Luckily. I think he has no tactics. I think he played the same team that started against Newcastle, which we drew 1-1. And the people, Donny van de Beek, when he came on, is when he changed the game. And then he doesn't bring him on. He brings on Pogba, who doesn't really do a lot in the game. He has a little bit of energy and runs around, does a little bit of this and that, but does really nothing. And that's the truth. Like, at least with Donny van de Beek, he's actually clinically trying to do things in a clinical, surgical way. Trying to thread balls in that will progress the team. Pogba, he's good and everything like that, but he's not doing nothing. He's not changing games. And ultimately, we need We need game changers to come in and change the game.
Better, getting more and more in his shape. Maybe that was unfair to him starting him that early in the first few games. So
again, he keeps playing people who are not fit. Again, he's doing the same mistakes he keeps doing from last season. Playing Pogba when he's not fit. Why didn't he take off Rashford or Bruno? Why are they always on?
Gary Potter here for Sky.
Yeah.
Patrice Ever in the studio thought that United today played with a life jacket on.
Yes, we did. We did play with a life jacket on. We did.
It was your first time back here since that bad result against Spurs. What do you say to his thoughts on that?
Flustered. I bet he's flustered.
Well, I think the boys, we started a little bit slow. We had the first 20-25 minutes, but I thought if there was going to be a winner, the last hour or 65 minutes, it was going to be us. We created the biggest chances. You know, there's 2 good teams out there, and
2 good teams. He's holding on to the fact that Chelsea are a good team.
Out of the box to try to get
What?
in the game, and we didn't create too many chances. But then Marcus had a good chance in the first half. Great save by the keeper.
Great save.
Shot towards the end. I thought if there was going to be a winner, it was us. You've got to remember playing against a good team here.
I never thought he was going to score a goal.
So
And
I'm pleased with it.
he keeps referring to playing against a good team. He keeps making excuses for his poor performances. Like, why? Like, we're playing against good teams. Aren't we a good team? Aren't we a good team? And we are not good. Like, obviously, when you're going to play a team like Scott McTominay, Dan James, Mata, Rashford as a striker, and he's not a striker, when you play formations like this and players like this, Luke Shaw, when Telles can cross better than Luke Shaw, Twan Zabi should be playing in this team. When Maguire plays, we defend 10 meters deeper because we got no pace. Honestly speaking, what is happening with that type of coaching? What is happening with that type of coaching? He doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. Like, I'm sick of this. Like, Man United fans, you have to understand that we're going to keep going up and down, up and down, and up and down with volleys. No ups and ups. It's just up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Like, teams are slipping around us, and we're not taking advantage because we got a PE teacher. Like, that's who he is, man. He's just a PE teacher. Like, I'm just keeping it honest. He's a PE teacher. He can't produce the goods. Like, the fact that he can't manage players of quality, he can only manage players of work rate, is a biggest example of him being a PE teacher. The biggest example. He doesn't know how to get the best out of Pogba. He hasn't got the best out of Rashford, in my opinion. He hasn't got the best out of Bruno. Bruno's got worse. He hasn't got the best out of... He hasn't played Van der Beek. Yeah? He hasn't... Like, Greenwood should be should be getting more games and developing in a quicker rate than what I would see, what I'm seeing at the moment, because he is a quality player, but Ollie is stifling his talent too. Like, Dan James definitely got worse. Like, he doesn't know how to develop attacking players. He doesn't know how to play with attacking players. He's not a good coach. He can only play when we play defensive counter-attacking football. This is what he can do. He cannot do anything else. Like, let's just keep it 100%. Like, with that team, that is like, I trust these guys. These guys are going to work hard. They're not going to let me down. But that's not good enough to win a league. It's good enough to, stay in a league. It's good enough to maybe get top 6. Yeah, but it's not good enough to win a league. It's not good enough in the Champions League, because you're going to get found out. You're going to get found out. And when you do get found out, you're going to look like a muppet, because this is all you know. You're going to lose all the players. Like, players must lose faith in him. Like Van der Beek, Greenwood, Mata, Pogba, even Bruno, for the fact that he doesn't play good players around him, must be very disheartened by, Ollie's and his tactics. He must be. Like, you bring in Van der Beek, you bench him. Telles hasn't started in as a left back with someone ahead of him, because he's an overlapping fullback who will whip a ball in. Hasn't played in a system like that because he can keep relying on Luke Shaw. Like, stop being afraid. He is afraid. He is afraid. He's afraid to lose. He's afraid to get sacked. And right now, he's on self-preservation mode. He's preserving his job. He only cares about his job. And that's why he'll take a 0-0 every day of the week. Because he's not a Man United manager. Because it's his dream. It's his dream to manage Man United. It's his big, wide dream to be this manager. And he's got his dream. But what happens when you get your dream? What happens when you don't deserve your dream? What happens? You get afraid to lose it. You're afraid that it's all going to end. That's what he has in his head 24/7. So that's why he plays with McTominay and Fred, because these players will give him 100%, and flair players who have the quality that will take you to the next level, he can't get 100% from. So this is what it is. This is what it is. I'm Tactical Red. We lost. I keep saying we lost because it feels like a loss. It feels like a loss. For me, it's a loss. Because for me, we're 15th in the table. We're how many games in? Now, this is what? 5 games? We're 15th. We're 15th with 5 games. When Everton play us, if we're still 15th, and if we don't win, we're basically trash. Leipzig, like that PSG team, like let me tell you about PSG quickly. Thomas Tuchel is as good as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in my opinion. He's not special as a manager at all. I know the reason why PSG got so far because they got Neymar and Mbappe, Di Maria, Icardi, Verratti, Thiago Silva. Yeah, they got players like this that can win you games and top players, top performers. That's why they got to the final. But look at that final. They played poor. They didn't do anything. Thomas Tuchel is not a good manager, and he just relies on Mbappe and Neymar. Ole would be doing exactly the same as Thomas Tuchel at PSG, believe me. When we play Leipzig, you know me, I'm a Nagelsmann guy. I'm a Nagelsmann guy, you know. Because you see this guy, yeah? When you see this guy, the players that he has are so rubbish. But what he's getting them to do, like when you see Timo Werner, he's rubbish. He's rubbish. But at Leipzig, he's sick. And it's because of the manager. Like, this is what a manager does. Like, gets you performing at better than you could even believe. Now, tactically, he's going to outdo us because he plays a 3-4-3 or sometimes or maybe he plays 2 up front, 3 in the midfield, or 5 in the midfield and 3 at the back. I'm telling you now, yeah. I am telling you right now, we're losing that game. We're losing. Trust me, we're losing that game. We are taking the L on that game. We're taking the L. We're taking the L. Ollie will not have a clue what's going to happen in that game. He doesn't have a clue. Trust me, he doesn't. He doesn't know what's going to happen. But he will see. My screen is going dark and not dark. It's really annoying me. So I'm going to end this video there. Everybody, try to enjoy your evening. And I'm always going to be, and always will, and I said this from the beginning, no matter what, I'm going to be Man United first. And Man United first is definitely Ollie out.